for startup and small businesses. With a tight budget, getting started with cybersecurity, that doesn't mean break the bank. If you want to take a further step, implementing SIM, security information and event management system, can be really beneficial because those tools monitor your system, respond those threats real time.
What do you say are the first steps in building a cybersecurity strategy, and if you can give an overview on the frameworks as well?
A great first step is when it comes to assessing cybersecurity risks, SMEs can start by using established frameworks like human or even consider the weakest link in cybersecurity. Think of your employees are the first line of defense against these cyber threats.
Hi Chamini, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, great, great. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming on board.
And thank you for the invitation.
So as we know that cybersecurity is a very tough field to take up in terms of career. So if we talk about that, what type of challenges that you have faced and when you got onto this, pursue this career, what can you just say about this? We'll just start from there.
Yes, I didn't have access to technology when I was growing up as a kid, like kids nowadays. So those were the times that technology and social media platforms started booming, and the smartphones were accessible to each and everyone. So, and the so-called software engineer title became very famous among people, and also cybersecurity specialization was introduced to the higher education schemes in Sri Lanka. So I was just after A-levels, and I also very curious and keen on learning new technologies, and I always captivated the idea of hackers and how they could breach systems. So that sparked the interest in cybersecurity, so which I started my specialization in cybersecurity. And when I entered the corporate sector, I realized the real depth in this field, and I realized how the criticality of the cybersecurity in our everyday life. So these chances to prevent individuals or organizations from cybersecurity, and it's very evolving industry. Every day it's a learning curve. So those things motivated me to dive in cybersecurity so far.
Oh, we could fly them. I'm an animal, give me a color, give me a leash. You tell me I'm in trouble, but I'm begging, give me a treat. You're a hologram walking the streets, disappearing. I got a remedy, color you a power searing. You're so sick, you can call me love. There's another name. Oh, we could fly.
So Chamini, can you tell more about your role specifically in the cybersecurity field and at Millennium IT?
Okay, currently I work as a technical pre-sales consultant. I collaborate closely with clients to identify their unique security challenges. And in my experience, there are different types of clients. Those who have an idea to increase their security posture, and there are some clients who want just to meet their regulatory compliance, and other clients that they don't have any clue that they actually require these security increase their security postures. So my requirement as a consultant to identify their need and match it with the security solutions and strategies or tools that I can offer. So it involves identifying these risks and vulnerabilities and advising on comprehensive security strategies and the solution. So recommending these tailored solution actually to meet their exact requirement, and also providing ongoing these support to ensure that all these measures can remain effectively to adapt to emerging those threats and reduce their risk and threats.
Amazing. So also one small thing that many businesses think these days is that cybersecurity is only for the large corporations, large businesses that are there. But we also have to think about the small scale businesses and the SMEs that are out there. So what do you have to say to the people who think that actually cybersecurity is for the large businesses?
You know how these startups usually on tight budgets, right? So that's the main reason that people think they don't need these small businesses, they don't need this cybersecurity in their organization. So they often focus on their business and the growth and might overlook security, thinking that they are too small to be targeted. But here's the thing is, because they are small, that doesn't mean they are not attractive to attackers. In fact, these innovative ideas and the data that they have, those are the details that goal for cyber criminals. So to shift that mindset, actually, it's super important to spread the word about the real risks outside there. So we need to make sure security awareness accessible and also affordable, plus regular trainings and creating this a culture that values cybersecurity actually can really keep help reduce those threats and risks.
Just a quick follow-up question from there. In your POV, what do you think are the most common cyber threats that occur to these, even we can take SMEs and for the larger scale organizations?
Okay, one of the biggest threats is phishing attacks. These rely on human error, actually, which makes these easier for hackers to trick people and into giving their sensitive information. And there's ransomware. So these kind of attacks locks up the company system and then demands a ransom to get them back. So it's like a nightmare for any business. And also data breaches, also it's a major concern because it's happening oftenly because of weak password or else just not having security measures just in place. So it's like leaving the door unlocked for intruders to come in. And also we cannot forget about insider threats. So sometimes employees can accidentally expose their information, sensitive information, or else in worst case, they might do it on purpose. So either way, this can be leads to serious data loss. So it's essential for any business, startup or SMEs or big scale industry to stay alert and proactive in tackling these cybersecurity solutions.
Amazing. So from there, if we talk about the common mistakes that these companies, if you can give a short answer for that, what are like the top 5 or common mistakes that have been made?
They often make a few mistakes that are pretty easy to avoid actually. So one big one is neglecting basic security practices like not keeping software up to date and having strong password policies. So these are like foundational steps that can make a huge difference for an organization. So another critical error is failing a backup critical data, because if something goes wrong, like a ransomware attack, so having those backups, it can put a business in a real tough spot. So, and also not overlooking employee training. So the main business, most of these businesses actually underestimate how important it is to conduct these trainings and education their team about security, because without having these trainings, employees might create vulnerabilities leading to unintentional breaches. So by addressing these common pitfalls, common issues, smaller business can greatly enhance their security posture.
Simplify your tasks with just a fingertip and begin your incredible AI journey with the all-new Asus VivoBook S15. Available now.
That's a perfect place to get into this question, like you mentioned about the data breaches. So, in terms of the financial data breaches, if you can give like a basic idea on the financial data breaches.
So data breaches can hit business hard both financially as well as reputationally. So here we are talking about potential theft of funds. Actually, it's not just the immediate losses, these are also long-term damages that can happen to companies' reputation. So when the trust loss, it can decline the customer loyalty. So in a way, it's ultimately lower the revenue. So recovering from these breaches, it's not similar for all organizations. I think it's not easy to get back on the track. So it starts with immediate containment. So to stop the breaches as soon as possible that get notified, and from there businesses needs to conduct a thorough investigation to identify and understand what's the breach and immediate fix, how to fix it, and also need to make sure the strengthening these security measures to prevent future incidents as well. While data breaches can be really tough, having a solid recovery plan that's in place, recovery plan make all the differences. Also having cyber insurance that helps to ease off some of financial burden to get back these business up more quickly.
So, talking about the startups and SMEs having very tight budgets, like we mentioned earlier, where do you recommend them to start off with?
For startup and small businesses, SMEs, with a tight budget, getting started with cybersecurity, that doesn't mean have break the bank. So first thing first, focus on the basics. Strong passwords are must. And adding two-factor authentication can really boost security without costing that much. Also, make sure regular backing up your critical data, and that way if something goes wrong like a ransomware attack, you can recover those data without hassle. And keeping antivirus software up to date, it's simple but very effective way to protect your information and the systems. And also there are plenty of low-cost security tools, so it also can help you to enhance those defenses without draining that much cost. And if you don't have expertise in-house, you can consider managed security services. They can take a lot of pressure off. And also not forgetting to conduct trainings to your employer, because regular sessions, conducting regular training session and education session can really help you raise these awarenesses and prepare your team to recognize these potential threats, to investigate, and these foundational practices can go in a long way to keep your business safe in hand.
Oh, we could fly. I'm an animal, give me a color, give me a leash. You tell me I'm in trouble, but I'm like, give me a treat. You're a hologram walking the streets, disappearing. I got a remedy, color you and power searing. I'm so sick, you can call me. We could fly.
Like you mentioned about the tools, what are the most common tools that businesses can use to identify threats and even protect the businesses from these threats?
Antivirus software is another critical component. It helps catch those nasty threats before they can do any damages. Plus, using encryption tools. It's a great way to keep your sensitive information, and even if falls into a wrong hands. Also, a security password manager, also a game changer, because it helps to create and store strong, complex, and unique password for all your accounts. And if you want to take a further steps, implementing SIM, Security Information and Event Management Systems, can be really beneficial, because those tools monitor your systems and respond those threats real time. So that's a lifesaver. And so conducting regular vulnerability scans and patch management tools, that's also helpful to identify and fix potential threats, weaknesses before they can be exploited.
Simplify your tasks with just a fingertip. And begin your incredible AI journey with the all-new Asus VivoBook S15. Available now.
Talk about the risk management and strategy side of the businesses. What do you say are the first steps in building a cybersecurity strategy? And if you can give an overview on the frameworks as well.
A great first step is to conduct risk assessment. So this helps you to identify your critical assets and any vulnerabilities you might have. So once you know where you stand, you can develop a cybersecurity plan that's aligned with your business goal. And from there, prioritize your actions based on the level of risk and the potential impact on your business. So focus on what could cause the most harm if it's were compromised, and that way you can tackle the biggest threats without getting overwhelmed. And when it comes to assessing cybersecurity risk, SMEs can start by using established frameworks like NIST Cybersecurity Framework or ISO IEC 27001, because these frameworks provide a structured way of identifying and manage risks and also making the process a lot smoother. So regular risk assessments are very important, and they help you to get a clear picture where you stand and what vulnerabilities you might have. And pair that with vulnerability scans and penetration testing, you will be able to pinpoint and address any security gaps in your organization. So if SIMEs feels those things are a bit overwhelmed, they can really get the help by engaging with cybersecurity consultant. So they will give the valuable input when you when to cater these specific needs. And by implementing these frameworks and processes, small businesses can protect these steps forward better cybersecurity and protect their sensitive information.
Oh, we could fly. I'm an animal. Give me a color, give me a leaf. You tell me I'm in trouble, but I'm begging, give me a treat. You're a hologram walking the streets, disappearing. I got a remedy, color you and power searing. I sound sick, you can call me. Oh, we could fly.
So just moving on to the final set of questions, like something really interesting is like the awareness inside the company and the awareness of the employees of the company on cybersecurity. So what is your perspective on this?
It's one of the most important aspects in cybersecurity because humans are even considered the weakest link in cybersecurity. So think of your employees are the first line of defense against these cyber threats. When they were informed and educated, they can spot these potential issues and respond quickly, which really helps you to reduce the chances of successful attacks. And a team that know that the basic of cybersecurity, they can recognize these phishing emails, suspicious links, and know any other red flags. So this kind of awareness can make a huge difference in keeping the company safe. So investing in training and ongoing education for your team, it's essential because for building this strong cybersecurity posture in an organization, if everyone on the same page, it creates a much more safer environment for the whole organization.
So in terms when you just told about phishing, like these basic attacks, basic threats that occur to the organization, what types of awareness or what type of training that do you suggest to prevent these basic attacks?
When it comes to avoiding threats like phishing, there are some basic training topics that startups or any businesses should definitely cover with their employees. First off, training should focus on how to recognize a phishing email. And another important area is to significant of strong passwords. Employers needs Employees need to understand by using a unique password why complex password is crucial for keeping their account safe, and training on secure internet usage also is a must because this includes tips on avoiding these sketchy website and being cautious about the information that they share online. And let's not forget about importance of reporting the suspicious activity. Employees should know who to reach if they see something that doesn't seem right. And to keep everyone sharp, these regular drills and updates on the latest threats so can really help to maintain these high awareness levels. And it's all about making sure that the team feels equipped and handle these potential threats confidently.
So, Chamini, could you share some overall best practices that these organizations can follow?
Organizations should definitely take it seriously from the get-go because investing in basic security measures is a must. Things like firewall, antivirus software, and strong password policies are foundational steps that they can save lot, a lot of pressure down in the line. And also conducting regular training for employees, as I mentioned before, that's very important because keeping everyone informed and about these latest threats, that those best practices can help you to create this culture of security awareness.
We could fly. I'm an animal, you call it. You say, tell me I'm in trouble, but I'm back and give me a treat. Yeah, you're a hologram walking the streets, disappearing. I got a remedy, calling you with power searing. So sick you can call me, but sorry, no isn't your name. Oh, we could fly.
Basic security measures is a must. Things like firewall, antivirus software, and strong password policies are foundational steps that can save you a lot of pressure and headache down in the line. And also implementing strict access control. So it's a key because make sure that employees only have access to the information or the system they absolutely need for their job role. Monitoring user activities, like regularly auditing those system logs, that's also a good practices that we can take. And creating culture of security awareness. So when employees understand the importance of cybersecurity, they feel like they are part, it's like a part of everyday work. So that's more like to be, it's more safe to be on alert. And also not forgetting about having a clear incident response plan. So if something goes wrong, having a roadmap at initial stage, that can make a huge difference. And finally, make it a habit. Regularly review and update your security policies because cybersecurity is evolving, so as cyber threats also evolving. So, and also make it a habit to regular review and update your security policies because cyber security is evolving and also cyber threats are always evolving. So stay in ahead of this curve is a key to keep your business safe.
Amazing. That's a great advice to the businesses. So as we come towards the end of the episode, as we all know, this cybersecurity industry is evolving and the future is booming. So in terms of your experience that you have had so far, what type of technologies inside the cybersecurity do you see which comes into play in the future in the coming years?
As the cybersecurity landscape keeps evolving, there are some trends and new technologies that any businesses should definitely keep eye on. So first up, AI-driven solutions. Actually, it's really starting to take off. So these tools can help you to identify threats and respond to these faster than ever. So making them super valuable for any businesses. And advanced threat detection and response tools also going become more important. They help you to support potential issues before they escalate. So with those tools, you can save a lot of time and also money in the long run. And advanced threat detection and response tools also going to become more important. So they help you to spot potential issues before they escalate. So you can, which can save you a lot of money and also time in the long run. Another big trend is zero trust architecture. This approach assumes that threats could come from anywhere, even inside your network. So this emphasizes strict access control and constant verification who access your system. So it's a smart ways to bolster your security.
So finally, if I just ask you, if you had one advice to give to a startup founder in the cybersecurity space, what would it be?
Simply, I would say make cybersecurity a priority from day one. Seriously, don't wait until something goes wrong, because investing in a solid security foundation right from the start can save you from some pretty significant losses down in the line. So it's all about protecting your business and ensuring you're set up for the long haul. So the earlier you take those steps, the better off you will be in the long run.
One last question before we end. As a woman in the cybersecurity space, what advice do you give to young girls and young women who are trying to pursue a career? What advice do you give to them as well?
As a woman in the cybersecurity space, my biggest advice is to be confident and stay curious. Don't hesitate to seek out mentors who can guide you along the way. And remember, it's totally okay to take on challenges, even they seem daunting at first. Because the cybersecurity industry is all about learning and adapting. So keep the thirst of knowledge alive.
Thank you so much, Ami, for joining our special episode for the Cybersecurity Week. And any final words that you can share, you can share to our podcast as well.
Thank you so much for having me here, and I wish you all the very best to spread this word, spread the awareness related to cybersecurity. So it's good to see young crowd like you guys doing this amazing work as a team. So all the very best to Tech Talk 360. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. And that's another episode of our very special episode series, The Security Playbook, and I'll catch you soon.